So if a property has sea views, developer has, you know, the credibility to build the high quality development, the high end development, it will never lose value. It'll keep on appreciating, and it will always be attracting the people who want to rent out a property when they are coming for a short stay inside the city, as a tourist or as a business, whatever their purpose is. Now the Palm Jumeirah have all kinds of developments like Point A, Fairmont, you know, but those developments haven't reached the price per square feet of Royal Atlantis, right? Royal Atlantis, you know, the staggering growth that it has seen, in which the Paso video, if you want to find out, you know, what has happened in Royal Atlantis, you should watch that video, a short video on the Paso by Beyond, a location on the Crescent, right, like 10 minutes driving distance from the Royal Atlantis. The Beyond is coming up with their own high-end development on the seafront location. Now, in that I have explained what has happened in the transactions of Royal Atlantis. The prices are, you know, it's crazy. So Palm Jumeirah, we are left with the price per square feet, you know, varying from 4,000 and it going as high as 15,000 PSF. So what does it tell us? What does it tell us? Now, Palm Jumeirah is not restricted to only the Palm Jumeirah. We have a Dubai Harbour, a beautiful development by Emaar beachfront, where the price per square feet is somewhere around 4,500 plus. You know, I've explained in the seafront investment that, you know, why Emaar beachfronts, some of the developments have, you know, some of the floor plans actually has the price per square feet lesser than, you know, 4,500, but some of the floor plans are still, you know, the prices are increasing as well, and their prices have reached to a certain amount of peak. But again, for any real estate asset to grow, there need to be new infrastructure coming up. It should be going under the development phase. So I had this call with one of the client from Belgium. He bought something in Jumeirah Lake Towers, JLT. Now JLT is basically very in the close proximity to all the epicenters of Dubai, but again, there are not new infrastructure coming up. Land is scarce. JLT assets have already peaked. Now you won't be able to find those kinds of 100% ROE kind of, you know, returns in JLT properties. Yes, there will be a stable growth if the property is being well managed, if a property has that kind of a brand associated with it. So yes, the growth will be there, but you cannot expect to double your prices and JLT in this market right now, because there is so much competition. You know, people who are buying off plan in JLT, the prices, for those prices you can easily be able to afford these seafront locations. Now the market decide, the people decide like what kind of premium they are happy to pay for those kinds of property. So as per my opinion, I wish them best of luck who have invested in JLT. But again, to invest in those kinds of areas where there is no new infrastructure coming up, you should be ready to have, you know, 10% growth, 15% growth until the handover, nothing more than that. If it goes up to 30%, best of luck. But again, as I have studied all the historical data of all the properties in Dubai, I get it, you know, why some properties appreciate and some properties peaked, and then after that there will be only 2 to 5% growth year on year, which is, you know, in some cases this also doesn't happen. The prices reach to a certain point, even if it increases the transactions, you know, the people don't accept those kinds of prices. So usually negotiations happen and the prices gets back to the normal. But again, so to give you an understanding, this is basically our Nishama town square. Now in Nishama town square, I remember in 2020, they sold their townhouses at 50-50 payment plan for 1.5 million dirham mark. Now a 1.5 million dirham mark, that means you're, until the handover, you're investing around, you know, 750k. Now one of my buyer who bought a townhouse in Nishama town square for this price point, yeah, there was a big fight to get a unit inside Nishama town square at that time for townhouses, but people who understood, the investors who took that step, who took that leap of faith after looking at the data. Now my client who bought it at 1.5, he got an offer for 2.7, and he got another offer for 2.8 for his townhouse. Now 1.5 he bought it for, and 2.8 was the price before the handover that he was getting the offers for. He have invested only 750,000. You do the math and you will understand what kind of returns he's getting. Now these are the kind of investments that I'm trying to replicate, or that I'm trying to give you the understanding of. Now people always think they are priced out of the market. I can totally understand that, but if you're investing into something very undersupplied, if you're investing into something that cannot be replicated anymore, the prices will reach to the certain goal that you're targeting right now. Now I can with 100% confidence in this market can tell you that there's certain criteria if you have an objective of doubling your investment, or I would say you want to reach the return on equity of minimum 50% or 60% or 70%. You have to target that kind of a niche, because the property market in Dubai right now is very competitive. In this bullish market, everyone is moving towards development side, but it's not easy. Not everyone can get you those kinds of returns. So you have to take a leap of faith with those kind of developers who have already done it in the past, such as Emaar, Nakheel, Miraz. Beyond is coming up, but Beyond is basically a subsidiary of Omniat, and anyone who have invested with Omniat, they have made crazy amount of returns in their previous development. So same thing is going to be replicated in Beyond's development as well. But to give you an understanding, now this is our next big thing, the next big wonder of the world. Now you have to really understand the Palm Jebel Ali. There is a lot to discuss when you're investing into Palm Jebel Ali, but to give you a very simple answer, Palm Jebel Ali and Palm Jumeirah, the foundation was laid back in 2008, 2009. Now the dredging and all of the the infrastructure and the land landscaping of a reclaimed island on a sea, it took place back then, like 10-15 years ago. Now Van Oord, they are the one basically people behind developing Palm Jumeirah and Palm Jebel Ali, and they are right now being awarded a very high-end niche reclaimed island development of Naya Island on this specific part of Dubai. Now the cost of construction has reached to a certain point. It is not very much viable to create this kind of an island with the price per square feet not reaching up to 9,000 or 8,000 price per square feet. Now Naya Island will be launching at more than 9,000 plus. So there will be a lot of people cut out from that kind of an opportunity. But Palm Jebel Ali, why it's getting sold out in this market where the ticket price is starting from minimum 20 million. Now the next phase of 5, 6 and 7 bedroom will be, the ticket size will be starting from 24 million for 5, 6 and 7 bedrooms. But again, Palm Jebel Ali is selling out at the price per square feet of 3,000 plus for villas. Now Palm Jebel Ali, people know that this kind of a development cannot be replicated anymore, and anyone who will try to do it again, he cannot beat the price of Palm Jebel Ali right now. And this beautiful master plan, it's no doubt double the size of Palm Jumeirah, better infrastructure, better road connectivity, better everything, but the density of villas compared to Palm Jumeirah is exactly equivalent to actually Palm Jumeirah. And the distance between the fronts and the plot size and the dimensions of the villas is entirely different. So I am seeing Palm Jebel Ali will be beating in the next 7 to 8 years all kinds of runs of all kinds of features that Palm Jumeirah has. Everyone will be moving towards this part of Dubai. Now Palm Jebel Ali, right next to Palm Jebel Ali is our Jebel Ali beach, which will be a public beach in the future. So government is basically, when they're planning to expand Dubai towards Dubai South. Now all of this, people are living here. There's already a lot of traffic. Already people have accepted certain locations and they have settled down and they don't want to move, right? But there will be new people coming up. always there will be new people coming up in the city, and by the plans of 2040 the population will reach to 7 million, which is basically government have published those plans so that people will not speculate. They take confidence on the past history of Dubai, and then they try to plan their future accordingly. Now this part, after this J1 part, they will be, all focus will be shifting towards this part of Dubai. Now this will be our public beach, and then there is a branded residences that has been launched on this part, and there is a big Egyptian developer, Ora, who have done the developments in Egypt, who have done developments in Pakistan, who is doing their first beachfront development on this part of Dubai with the name of Bain. Now, what is common, like why these assets appreciate, why all of these assets have this kind of a value which is very long term, and there is always a buyer for these kinds of assets in the market right now. You have to really understand, even there is so much land in the middle of the city. Emaar built a completely entire new master plan on this part with the name of Valley. Now a lot of developers are moving towards this part, like Shobha have already launched their first phase of Shobha Elwood, and they have completely sold out. Now they will be moving towards the second phase of the villas inside that specific location. This is our D2. Now Damac already have done, and there are people, this distance is basically 40 minutes from the middle of the city. If anyone who's working towards downtown, he needs at least 30 to 40 minutes to reach Damac Hills 2 right now, as per the infrastructure of today. The Valley, people who have invested in the first phase, they have almost double their money, because at that time everyone was thinking that it's a very far out location. Now the price per square feet started from 600, now reached to 1300 with the latest launch of Farm Grove, which is immensely, it has seen the beautiful response from the market and got sold out. 95 units picked up, sold out, and 340 requests were still pending for those kinds of Farm Grove villas. Now Valley is basically, if I were to explain to you, it's a better version of Dubai Hills Estate. These kinds of communities are appreciating year on year, because reason why Valley in the suburban side of Dubai is appreciating is because people who can't afford, who are priced out from the downtown of Dubai or D1, the Nadal Shiva area, they are moving towards this part of Dubai, because for their family to sustain, they can't find the right kind of a plot size, and in some cases they can't be able to find those kinds of price in the community that they want to live in, the lifestyle that they want their children to have. They are left with zero options in the market right now. Now you must be thinking, like, why I'm explaining all of this, why I'm getting into the historical overview and then letting you know about the present condition of Dubai. You should have a question like, what options do we have now in which we can replicate that history that has already happened. Now in Dubai, the 80% of the buyers who are even buying the ready or even the off plan, they have the mindset to hold on to their assets and on a long term, like 3 to 4 years time. Even anyone who is doing the investment, most of the people that don't have any kind of a plan to do that kind of a quick flip that used to happen in 2008 and 2011 when the market was not very well regulated. Now Dubai is evolving and there are so many options, financing options also coming up. There is another initiative taken by government of first-time home buyers in which you can easily get a mortgage of, with a lower interest rate compared to the market, to support those kinds of people who wants to live inside the city for a long-term basis, but they are not happy with the rentals which they are being offered for their kind of a properties that they want to live in. So they want to either compromise on their lifestyle, or they have an option to, move on to their own home buying process so that they will be rent-free for their life. Now, Dubai government wants to decrease that rental market to a certain point that, there will always be people renting your property, right? There will always be tourists coming inside the city. And, in the last video, I have also explained what kind of tourism that we are experiencing in Dubai. And it is increasing year on year because there are so many things to do inside the city of Dubai. Now, Abu Dhabi is also, coming up with big plans, which I will get onto the details later. But again, the whole region of GCC is attracting so many people and being so welcome for the people to live inside the city, so that the ecosystem will become, and there is mega infrastructure coming up to, to connect all the Emirates of GCC. It will become more and more livable in the future. Now, by 2027 till 2028, the connectivity will be entirely different. Then by 2032 till 2035, the whole Dubai will be connected through the metros, and Etihad Rail is also coming up. And the next year, we will be, it will become a norm in the next 2 to 3 years time that air taxis will be flying out in the city. And the whole concept of commuting inside the city will be completely changed. And then people will be thinking very differently when they're buying any kind of a real estate asset. So what I'm trying to explain here, whenever you're choosing any kind of an investment in Dubai, have a vision of at least until the handover, understand what has happened in Dubai and what is going to happen in the next coming future. Dubai government is diligently working, and when they commit to something, they publish it on the media so that they can be held accountable for that. Now, what do we have in which we can replicate those kinds of returns, which we have seen it in the past 10 years or 15 years in Dubai? We have 3 beautiful master plans coming up on this part of Dubai, which is our Grand Polo. Price per square feet, 1700 plus. Prices for the semi-detached is 7.1 million starting, or average price. Oasis price per square feet is around 1800 till 1900. Absolutely beautiful villas with a very low density of residential villas, but most of the space of that, the Oasis plot, if you have been to Dubai, you just visit, it's it's immense, it's massive plot. On that massive plot, you can easily create more than 8,000 villas. All right, the villas with the amenities. But Emaar have taken the game to the next level, and they are coming up with only 3,100 villas. Now, what option do we have right now? Most of the inventory is sold out in Oasis, but as per the insights from the developer, I might be as being the #1 agency for Emaar for quite a while now. We will be receiving some units, very exclusive units in Oasis, with the Palace branded villas inside the community, which has never happened inside this community. They have only launched La Vita Mansions, and before that, there were standard villas that they have launched with the name of Palmera. Now, the Palace branded residences and Edwards branded residences, these are the only options you have in Oasis, and after that, there will be nothing. After that, there will be nothing inside this community. Might be possible Emaar will be launching some of the few more villas, but the branded villas will take the game, and your asset price, only the Oasis and these kinds of infrastructure of Grand Polo, the Valley, I have 100% confidence that when they will hand over, people will make generational wealth on these kinds of assets. There is another proposition that I will explain here, but 1800 to 1900 for Oasis, in which you are getting a villa on the villa with the basement, 4, 5, and 6 bedrooms. Now, what do we have next? We have Jumeirah Golf Estates 2 with the price per square feet reaching 2,000 dirham price per square feet. In my Oasis video, you have seen what has happened in those communities which have already matured, old construction, contemporary looking, but beautiful infrastructures. Price per square feet is 3,000 plus. For most of the villas, there are record sales happening inside those communities, in which I don't want to quote those kinds of price per square feet here, because those are the cases in which you take the villa from the market, redo it, and then sell it. So that actually changes the price per square feet to the very next level game. But for a standard villa, you will be getting 3,000 price per square feet plus in those communities. Now, Jumeirah Golf Estate, there will be villas coming up on this part, right? Next to Oasis, Grand Polo, and there will be another community coming up on this specific belt by Emaar with the name of The Heights, but there is no news right now, so I don't want to get into that. You have Palm Jebel Ali, a beautiful master plan. It's a no-brainer. Palm Jebel Ali, I can 100% tell you it's a no-brainer. Oasis, it's a 100% no-brainer. In Jumeirah Golf Estate 2, it's a beautiful master plan. I've already made a video on it. I've seen that master plan. If you were to pick up a villa inside that middle part in which there is a stables, in which there is a golf course, in that part, if you were to pick up a right villa, I think those kind of assets will make you those kind of returns that you're expecting right now whenever you're investing in Dubai. Now in Palm Jebel Ali, we are seeing the price per square feet of 3,000 plus, which has the potential to go up till 10,000 price per square feet, which we have seen it on the Palm Jumeirah. But again, to take it very conservative, has the potential to go to 5,000 plus by the time I will be handing over. You know, anyone who is buying in Palm Jebel Ali, they are very much, you know, they have already seen all kinds of history of Dubai. And they know that they don't want to sell their properties off. They are happy to hold on to their assets for a very long term. They don't mind, you know, if they are not getting premium from the market. They will wait until the market is right, and then they will sell it if they want to, in any case. So 5,000 is basically our potential in the Palm Jebel Ali. Dubai is basically moving towards all this south side. This, in no time, in the next 3 to 5 years, it will be the discussion of the world. It will be a global discussion, Al Maktoum. We have a beautiful master plan of Expo City right here. And that is also going to be another center of attraction in the next 2 to 3 years time because of the Dubai World Trade Center being shifted in the next 2 years. So Expo City will, you know, I can get into that discussion. I have already made a video, but I can get into that discussion separately. But to give you a complete overview, these are the best options we have right now in the market in which we can maximize our return on equity. In these assets, you will never be losing, even if the market takes a hit. The buyers of these kinds of assets are not the speculators of the market, which will panic if the market takes any kind of if a market hits any kind of a correction. There are many reasons. So even if the market takes a hit of 15% correction, which we are expecting in the next 1 to 2 years time, in any case, these kinds of buyers will never be panicking because they know that these kinds of assets are very much undersupplied in the market. In one of my video, I will try to put it in the link, or if I don't, you can contact me and I will send you the link in which I have explained what kind of assets are very much undersupplied, what kind of floor plans are very much undersupplied, why these developers are choosing to make these kind of a certain floor plans, although they can sell it off, you know, the cookie cutter townhouses as well in the market, and people, there is a buyer for that. But these developers are not, you know, they have a very keen eye towards all kinds of Dubai real estate market, and they know very well what kind of people are immigrating inside the city. According to that, they're planning their villas. According to that, they're planning their communities so that, you know, people will have a very different kind of a lifestyle. And when they moved, they find that place to be so much livable for their family that they won't be able to find those kinds of options in anywhere around the world at this price point. So before ending this video, we have another beautiful master plan with one of the beautiful developer from Egypt, is the name with Bain. They are also launching their villas on the lagoon and on the beach side. I think it's a beautiful master plan. If you want to know all the insights and the reports of the Bain by Aura, you can contact me and I will share all my, you know, what I've researched about that project, what kind of potential ROE we are looking on the handover, and what is the target audience for those kinds of assets. Because this Bain and Ohana Jacob & Co., another branded residences of villas and apartments. See, the apartments studio is priced at 2.5 million. It's a branded residences, no doubt it will hold value, and there is nothing available on this specific part with the branded residences. Shoba is also coming up with another master plan, but nothing is out in the market, but they will be coming up on this part. Now, these big developers, they have a lot to lose. I always say this, they have a lot to lose when they are moving towards a very further part of Dubai. They are seeing something which most people can't see. They believe in the market that, you know, they know when they're launching something, they can sell it out. Why? Because there is a very short amount of people who have a very keen eye, who have already cracked the code of Dubai real estate. They just trust whenever there is something coming up on certain locations and they just go for it. Why? Because they have all the data. They have the right consultants guiding them towards the whole journey, and they have already made the journey of making those kinds of returns, which is why they never tend to lose and those kinds of opportunities. Now, Bain and Ohana, which will be coming on this part of Dubai, and slowly and gradually Dubai will be moving towards the Abu Dhabi side. And from what I see, in the next 10 to 15 years time, Dubai and Abu Dhabi borders will completely merge and there will be nothing left on the seafront location. So there is a lot of land available on this part of Dubai, but Dubai has the GCC, the UAE has so much potential to attract the UHNIs of the world. So I hope you have liked this way of explaining Dubai as a with a historical overview and what is happening now with the new infrastructure coming up in the market. I try to be brutally honest with my audience as much as I can, and whenever someone comes to me and call me up, they are selecting any kind of a property in the market in which the consultants or the brokers of the market telling them, you can double your money on certain location, I always have, the urge to tell them, why it can't happen and in what kind of areas it can happen. So I try to be as transparent as possible, like the market of Dubai, so that people don't lose the beautiful experience that people already had in this market. Now, this is my job and I love doing it. This is my passion, explaining Dubai real estate, explaining all the floor plans, digging deep into the macro and microeconomic indicators of the city, so that people have a complete 100% sheer confidence when they're investing with me in any kind of real estate asset. I don't charge anything of doing any kind of a consultant for anyone. I try to help as many people as I can, and I love the way, giving people the honest answers which people have never heard. I know the market is very bullish, everyone is trying to sell, but I want you to have the most beautiful experience that you never had investing in the market of Dubai. I will keep making some of the more new projects, new development, new infrastructure which are coming up in the city. I will try to make more reports and try to make more videos. If you want me to cover certain segment in Dubai real estate, or if you have any inquiry regarding any kind of investment that you're doing and you're getting offered from the broker of the market, and you think that you want to double check with me, feel free to contact me on the number given below. I don't charge, again I will tell you, I don't charge any kind of a consultation fee. So yeah, thank you for watching. This is Matloob Ahmed Khan, Aeon and Tristle signing out.